Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the GM. It is your guy Boulanger, and up next is Ravens Reports, where we review the latest buzz coming out of the Baltimore Ravens organization. Do me a quick favor, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get updates when we upload new content. Let's go. So, not a lot of news today in review. Just a couple of headlines, if you will. The first being the Laquan Treadwell signing. Baltimore signed him on yesterday, June 5th, to a 1-year deal. Probably low value. I did not check the contract details. And I don't think it's big news, but I think it may have some significance as we get into training camp. And here's what I think the significance is. I think that Laquan Treadwell is a body type of Odell Beckham. Now, let me explain what I mean. When I say body type, I'm simply talking about height and weight, not attributes, not route running, not hands, not any of that stuff, just simply height and weight. And so the reason why I think that's important is because I don't think that Odell is going to be an everydayer. I don't think he's going to be an everyday participant in training camp. I think he'll get a lot of veteran time off. I think that he'll be a heavy participant as it pertains to drills and maybe some 11 on 11, but I don't think he'll be um, in that heavy day-to-day grind because I think one of the goals is going to be getting Odell to the regular season as healthy as possible. We prefer 100%, but as close to that as possible. OBJ has a significant injury history. And so I think the Baltimore Ravens will be cautious with him. And I think the Laquan Treadwell signing allows for a body type to kind of be in position to run routes, create time and things of that nature. Because I think that when you look at the other guys on the roster, they do not have Odell's same body type. Zay is 5'9"-ish. Aguilar doesn't play the same position. Aguilar's more of a slot guy. And although Odell can play the slot and probably will play the slot some this year, he's going to be more of an outside receiver, I believe. When you look at Prochet and Tylan Wallace, they're a little shorter than OBJ, and so I think that signing Laquan Treadwell allows the Ravens to have in show business, it will be called a stunt double. So I think he'll be kind of like a stunt double. He'll be able to get into drills and help create timing, similar catch radius, ball placement, things of that nature. He's definitely not Odell Beckham's skill set, but he is a similar body type because I think Odell measures out at about 6'1". Boogie, correct me if I'm incorrect. I know Boogie is my guy. He corrects me when I'm off on um a wide receiver's height. He'll know what I'm talking about as I say that. But so I think that's the significance. He'll be able to plug right in and give that same height and weight model that Odell Beckham would bring on the days that he's off. Bateman can't do it because Bateman will have his own role. You see what I'm saying? And then the other guys are not same height or weight and different catch radius, things like that. I think another significance to the Laquan Treadwell signing is going to be what happens at the end of the wide receiver roster. I think there are 5 locks right now: OBJ, Bateman, Duve, Zay, Aguilar. Those are locks. I think Pro and Wallace and then the UDFAs, I think those guys are, of course, up in the air. And I think Laquan Treadwell could, if he performs adequately, I think he could squeeze out Wallace and Pro. Pro has been, excuse me, Pro has been a training camp star the last couple of years, but that has not translated to the regular season. And then Wallace has had some injuries and some inconsistencies that has kept him off the field. So I think that with a veteran like Treadwell, who is a possession guy, possession receiver, good hands, can run good routes, I think that he may create some competition at the end of that wide receiver group. And he may, if he performs well, like I said, edge those guys out. So I think those are the two significances, is he offers a stunt double, if you will, for Beckham, and then he may compete for that sixth spot on the Baltimore Ravens wide receiver roster. Okay. And the second piece of news, last piece of news, is not Baltimore Ravens news necessarily, but Leonard Floyd signs with the Buffalo Bills. Leonard Floyd is a guy I had campaigned for about 3 months now to sign with the Baltimore Ravens, but of course that has not happened, and it did not happen. And so now he is in Buffalo. I think that it is Ravens news because it takes one more veteran pass rusher off the board. I know Justin Houston is still out there. I know Ndakwe is still out there. I don't think he's an option. We've been there, done that, seen that. Speaking of Ndakwe. And so there is a couple of guys out there. There are some younger options than Houston out there. But I'm okay if they bring Houston back. But I think taking Leonard Floyd off the board offers a younger, equally as productive pass rusher as a Justin Houston. And so I think that anytime your opponent, your enemy, can get another weapon in the arms race, I think it does impact. I think it does impact what you do. So I think that is the significance of that news. So I believe that Baltimore makes a couple of moves over the next couple of weeks as we, again, get geared up in about 45 days for training camp. Give or take, it may be a little more like 50 days, but it's somewhere in there, 45 to 50 days. So let me know what you guys think the significance is of the Laquan Treadwell signing, and also, do you think it is significant that Baltimore does not acquire Leonard Floyd? Let me know what you guys want me to know. I'm your guy Boulanger. This is Ravens Reports, and we're out.